Good evening, good evening. Today is Tuesday, July 12th, and it is now 7 o'clock p.m. And so we will get started with our Raymore Arts Commission meeting. If I could have a roll call, please.
Thank you. Commissioner Jessica Berry,
Here.
Commissioner Robert Berry,
Present.
Commissioner Lauren Jones,
Here.
Commissioner Randy Crumwee,
Here.
Commissioner Pat Setzer,
By video.
and Commissioner Cole Young.
Here.
All righty. It looks like we have a forum. Ms. Setzer, good to have you online. If we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Well, it is good to see you all on this balmy evening. Hope you guys are all staying as cool as you can. Albeit we have no public comments or any presentations, we will move into committee updates. So, Bob, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you. The Public Arts Committee did not meet this month, but we did communicate back and forth a little bit for some upcoming things. We're getting ready for the reveal of the rotating art that we've got in our possession right now, hiding somewhere in a secret location here in Raymore. As well as we're going to put another call for artists out very soon and work on that second piece to get it here. And that's pretty much it. Thanks.
Good deal. Did anybody have any questions for Bob? I appreciate you, Mr. Berry. Okay, we will quickly move into a staff report. Melissa, looks like you got a list here, so
I have a few things.
we'll let you get started.
Quickly, I will add on to Bob. I'll skip to the bottom of my list with public art update. So our parks maintenance workers are going to be pouring the concrete pads. They have not done that yet. I am sorry, but they have had a huge workload. And it's been extremely hot, so they're waiting until it's not 100, and they have a time in their schedule to do it. So hopefully it won't be too much longer, and I will get that information to you as soon as I know that they're going to be working on pouring that, and then they will also be installing the piece. We were supposed to have the artist install the piece. He ended up having his schedule opened up, and he drove across the country and dropped it off on the Friday of Memorial Day weekend. So we have had it for a while, and I didn't really have a choice. I wasn't going to tell him no because there was no way he was going to come through again. So anyway, it's there, and even though it wasn't part of the deal, our parks maintenance workers will be able to install it when they have the concrete ready. And yes, I'm going to, since the council did approve the second rotating art piece for this fiscal year, I will be putting that call out either by Friday or early next week. We'll let it run for approximately 2 weeks, close it on July 29th, and then the Public Art Committee will need to meet by August 4th. That's a Thursday. That's generally when the committee used to meet. So if we can work that out for that first week of August, if we can have the Public Art Committee meet, and just like last time, I'll try to send you some samples as they come in so you can have a little bit of an idea of what we have, but we want to be able to have you make your decision to bring the proposed piece to the full commission at that August meeting, the second Tuesday of August. And so just, that's the update on that. So and then that way we can have it installed sometime September or early October, just so that we can get that payment, the first payment to them by the end of the fiscal year. So that takes care of that. I'll go back up to the top of my list here. You've probably already received one piece of mail about question P, which is going to be on the August 2nd ballot. This approval of question P, which is a use tax, which would apply to certain online and out-of-state purchases that you make that would be basically charged the same a local use tax of 2.5%, which is what you would pay sales tax for the city in a Raymore store. If this does pass, this would bring in enough money, and we've been through this last year, but this would bring in enough money to add more positions in the areas of police, parks, and public works. The people that are out in the public doing the hard work, getting these, doing the dirty jobs and very important jobs to keep our city infrastructure working and running. And just currently with the way that people's lifestyles are changing and the way that they're purchasing goods and the way that people are getting rid of their landlines, like the traditional sources of revenue that the city has generally taken in the past are changing, they're dropping, they're disappearing. And so this is a way that we can fund these understaffed positions in the police and public works and parks departments. So you have basically the next mailer that will hit mailboxes next week. You have that in front of you. If you'd like to take a look at it, just want to make sure that you all are informed. All I can do is give you the information, but there are some citizen groups in the city that are basically have formed a yes committee. So if you want any more information on that, I'll get it to you if you want to let me know. But there are informational yard signs out in the front lobby if you would like to take one, or if you know anybody that would like to have one in their yard, please let me know. I'll make sure that they can get them or take them when you leave. And then any questions you have at all, please let me know. A lot of other cities around us do have a use tax in place that does fund these essential city services. So please read the flyer and raymore.com/question-P, or I'm also always available for any specific questions you might have. So I will move on to the community conversation. I know I mentioned it briefly in our last meeting in May, but it was really far away back then. So the community conversations we've been having every couple years since 2016 in the city, they're our event space, Centerview, and a lot of our public art, our concerts that we have that the Raymore Arts Commission hosts are kind of a direct result of listening to what the residents want and what they wanted for the city in these earlier community conversations. So now we're taking a look at long-term, 20 years out. So I would love for you all to be there if you are available. You can either let me know or register online. We'll serve pizza for dinner, and basically you're going to be at a table with a few other residents, and they'll go through topics, and you'll see immediate results of the questions that you're asked. Like your answers will pop up on a screen, so it's really fun, interactive, and very valuable to the city in order to make decisions moving into the future. So please let me know on that if you're able to attend. It's July 27th, 6 p.m. at Centerview. It's a couple hours long, but it's really, really informative and really fun. And we're just having the one. Yes. Yes. And then if anyone can't make it, we can't stream it live because of the breakout sessions and everything like that, but we'll put a video together after the fact to put the results up and share with everybody how it went. All right. Any other questions on the community conversation? Who's been to one? Okay, great. So most of you. Awesome. Okay. Yes.
I had a question. Do the councilmen, they don't wear like name badges or anything like that, do they?
They'll probably wear their name badges, but they're tasked with being active listeners.
Okay.
So they won't be like leading a table. We do have table leaders that kind of organize what's going on within the table, but they'll be there and they'll just kind of be mixed in with the crowd. And it's okay for anyone to know, like they'll be introduced at the beginning, but they'll be listening is their job that night.
Okay. Is there any specific role we should play or kind of something similar?
I think that, if you just attend, obviously you have more knowledge about the arts and the community than a lot of our residents do. And so, but I would just like for you to attend as a resident and give your input the same way that you give me input.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I will move on to the budget update. The budget update is that we're spending all of our money and then some, but it's okay because I have been using some performance art budget to pay for a lot of our concerts that we're having, so that there's room in the general Arts Commission budget for everything that we want to do. And that's fine. It has the same account number. It's fine. But we won't be, I know that in the past it's come September or October and you're wondering how to spend those last funds. That will not be an issue this fiscal year. But that's good because a lot of good things are happening with this year's budget. And then a quick overview of the remaining events for this year is Thursday, July 21st, Sounds of South Kansas City are coming back. We are going to go ahead and move them inside Centerview again because it was really hot last time and their ages of their band members go up to age 83. So it was a packed house. It was standing room only at the last one. But I think it's probably best with the upcoming forecast to move it inside. And then Thursday, August 4th is local musician Bradley Harris and his daughter Emily Hernandez at the amphitheater. Starting at the end of this week, and it'll wrap up by next week, we will have additional spotlights installed at the amphitheater. I know that the light was very pretty, but not very functional for the musicians to see. So we do have some new lights, so that will be exciting. And then Thursday, September 1st, it's a Middle Ground Band, which is a rock cover band, 7 to 9 p.m. at the amphitheater. And Friday, September 30th, we're getting way out here. We actually have 2 bands that will be at the amphitheater that night from 7 to 10, which are a country band and a bluegrass band that we've had before. And then we move right on into December and the last events of the year. I will say with the passports, I've noticed that we do have some diehard passport stampers, which is great, but not a lot of different people. So next year we might want to consider doing something else, like maybe just a fridge magnet that has all of our dates on it or something like that. And maybe we could just do a giveaway at every concert of something small or, something like that. But just a little feedback on that. We do have people that will come every single time and they really enjoy the shows. But it's not, I don't think it's quite yes, as expansive as we had hoped. I think that is all I have, so I'm happy to take any questions.
I wanted to segue back up to the question P.
Yes.
What are some additional resources that the community can use to try to gather information?
So everything on it is at raymore.com/questionp, but I also am willing to come to any groups or meet anybody, buy anybody a cup of coffee that has any questions about it, because I want to make sure that everybody has all the facts before they go to the polls. So I don't have a town hall or anything scheduled, which we did that last time, and we had about 2 people show up. And one of them was from the county, but I want to meet people where they are. So if you have talked to anybody that has any questions at all, just please put them in contact with me. My contact information is on every single piece. There will be 3 total mailings that will go out to Raymore residents. So my info's on all of that, and I'm starting to put things out on social media as well, and then through Nextdoor, and I'll make a video. An informative video. So that's all coming up here in the next couple weeks as we get closer to August 2nd.
So if this passes, can you walk me through it? Is this something like I buy something at Amazon or B&H and it's already auto-filled in, hey, this is the portion, they take care of that math, or is this something manually we're going to have to report later, or how does this work?
You won't have to report anything unless you know that you purchased $2,000 of something from a seller that didn't collect it. But that is already in place now, and so if you haven't done it yet, you're probably not going to have to do it because the county and the state already collect use tax. So yes, and really this is not really for those little individual sellers. They're probably don't know to collect it, and it's not going to. We can't record it or track your transaction. But residents won't ever pay anything to us directly. This is a tax that's collected just like a sales tax is collected by the seller. So they will collect it and they will turn it into the Missouri Department of Revenue, and then the state will then disperse that however it's supposed to be doled out. And really, it's the big things like Amazon. I will say that where I live has a use tax in place, and on the sales that I buy from actual Amazon .com LLC, those have tax added to them. But if it's I don't know, Frog Dog or something, some little business, that an independent seller that's selling their product through Amazon, there's no tax on that purchase. So it is up to the seller to do that, unless you're spending $2,000 in something through the year where that isn't collected.
Anybody else have any questions for Melissa? Thank you, ma'am. Very, very thorough. We appreciate it. We will move to the consent agenda. So I hope everybody has had time to review it. And Melissa, if you want to do a roll call at this time before we vote.
I think you need to have a motion in a second, and then we'll roll call.
Oh, if I could have a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
Now we will do a roll call. Thank you, Pat.
Commissioner Bob Berry,
Yes.
Commissioner Cole Young,
Yes.
Commissioner Jessica Berry,
Yes.
Commissioner Lauren Jones.
Yes.
Commissioner Randy Crumweedy,
Yes.
Commissioner Pat Satzer.
Yes.
Okay. Carries unanimous, 6-0. Thank you, guys. Looks like we don't have any unfinished business or any new business, so we will segue into commissioner comments. Mr. Berry, I'll just start with you.
Thanks. Just real quick, we had a really great, successful summer scene. I wanted to thank staff for everything she did, and her husband, by the way, for painting that big chair. Much appreciated. It was a wonderful event. Everybody you brought in, great shows. Really appreciated it. I know we had some heat and some threats of thunderstorms. Thankfully, we dodged those last-minute thunderstorms. But thanks again for another great event.
Mr. Young.
No comments tonight.
Miss Berry.
No comment.
And Randy.
Yeah, I just want to echo the sentiments that he was talking about with Summer Scene. And I was curious, I got to connect with the vendors as they were coming in and setting up, what it looked like compared to previous years in terms of vendor turnout.
I think we had a few more than last year, but it was, when I first started with Summer Scene, we truly only had about 2 arts vendors, and there were some Boy Scouts and a clothing company. So I think technically that in 2017 when I started, there were 13 vendors, but again, only a couple of them were actually arts vendors. So it has grown. We had, I think, 26 vendors. I will add really quickly that there was like a heating and cooling company that had a tent there, and I might have already mentioned this, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but the week before they contacted me and wanted to have a booth, and I just said, you know what, for a $250 sponsorship, sure. So we did get $250 put into the foundation for the arts from them, and then also we had the Dizzy Blender donated $200 to us. As far as I haven't gotten a bill for the food, for the concessions food and the staff, but I'm pretty sure the food and paying for the staffing kind of took away anything we might have made from there, even though they did do very well. So, but at least, $450 into the Foundation for Public Art.
Ms. Setzer, what do you have for us tonight?
I would like to thank Melissa for all her help with moving the June Sounds of South Kansas City band inside. It really was hot. We had a great crowd. The place was really packed. It's a popular event. They're going to be back in July, so I'm glad to see they're going to move to a cooler spot. Last night, I started directing a concert in 105 heat index, and it's a little warm. It's tough on the musicians, and it melts your audience. So letting them come into a cool place is deeply appreciated by everyone. Thank you so much, Melissa.
Melissa, definitely, as always, thanks to you. You always do great work. So without you, we'd have an uphill battle for sure. a lot of great events, guys. You know, Summer Scenes was great. The 4th of July celebration that the city put on was awesome. It was just a lot of great events just going on in the city. So, you know, guys, be proud of yourselves for all your participation as well. You know, I definitely appreciate you guys' hard work. I know Melissa appreciates it too. She's always running with the chicken, like a chicken with her head cut off, but we kind of give her enough support so she doesn't pull her hair out. So thanks to you guys as well. Guys, we just got to keep the momentum going. You know, there's a lot of great things that, you know, we've been a part of, we've put together. So we just kind of have to keep the momentum going. As much as we're going to participate, for those of us that are going to be at the community conversations, also keep your listening ear open to just, you know, different things that our residents are saying, you know, because each time we've had those conversations, we've been able to take big pieces out and regurgitate that back out to the community in, you know, different forms of art in all capacities. So, you know, just kind of keep your ear open as well. If you know, if somebody approaches you because they know you're a part of this group and they just had an idea they wanted to throw out, or maybe have a contact, obviously the email is always open. Melissa will, you know, reach out, or I will reach out, you know, and just kind of make those contact points as we need to. So, guys, just keep up the good work. If anybody has any questions,
I have one more thing
Yes, ma'am.
before you wrap. Thinking of all of these accomplishments that the Arts Commission has had in this year, please put on your calendar August 29th. It's a Monday evening. That would hopefully be a work session with a joint meeting with the City Council. That would be 7 p.m., I believe. I'll get the details to you, but just think ahead. I will actually have to join by Zoom. I will be in Charlotte, North Carolina, with Parks Director Nathan Mustine accepting a national APWA award for TB Hannah Station. So that evening, but I should be done with the banquet by the time the meeting starts. So August 29th, 7 p.m. I'll let you know if it's anything different, but please put that on your calendar.
Will we be talking about seat re-elections next meeting?
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. I thought I wrote down Jessica and Cole. Your seats expire at the end of this month. If you would like to be reappointed, please let me know, and we will get that through to the mayor and then city council. And it is a 3-year commitment. No, I don't like that face. It's Cole.
Okay, anything else, Melissa? Okay, well, if we don't have anything else, then could I get a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved?
And a second?
Second.
Oh, who wants to claim that one? Okay,
All those in favor, please raise your right hand.
roll call.
Oh, roll call, that is correct. Roll call, please, Melissa.
Bob Berry,
Yes.
Cole Young,
Yes.
Jessica Berry,
Yes.
Lauren Jones,
Yes.
Randy Cromeedy,
Yes.
Pat Setzer.
Yes.
All right, carries unanimous 6-0. Guys, thank you. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks for zooming me in.
No problem. Have a good night.
Thanks.